Well, we're still not able to travel yet as we respond to the challenges that we're facing with COVID-19 pandemic, but we still live in the most beautiful part, not only of the African continent, but of South Africa. And today we go to one of my favorite parts and corners of the Western Cape, and that is Knysna. And the person who's going to take us through that, of course, is Ypie Kingma. Hello, Ypie.
Hello, Africa. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in this industry and how long have you lived in Knysna?
I've been in this industry since I moved to South Africa, was in 1999. I'm from the Netherlands originally, but have lived in Knysna.
Well, you could have chosen a much worse spot to live in the world, I tell you. Where are you going to be taking us today?
Today, I'm taking you on a tour of the Greater Knysna area. So I'll show you a little bit of how to get into Knysna, Renendal, the forest area, Belvedere with the old church, Buffalo Bay, the beach, Bransons Beach, Island, the Knysna Heads, and then also the Knysna Elephant Park.
Well, Ypie, of course, we're not physically able to be in Knysna today, and we're turning to technology, and Google Street View will navigate us through Knysna. Where do we start today?
I'm taking you not on the N2, which is the highway between George and Knysna, where what most people do, but I'm taking you on sort of off the beaten track. I'm taking you on the Seven Passes Road, which, as the name suggests, consists of 7 passes going through indigenous forests, through little streams, over old bridges.
Ypie, of course, many of us rush to Knysna because of some of those beautiful views. Where would you suggest one enjoys them?
I'm going to take you to Bransons for a short walk on the beach. You'll enjoy some views over the Knysna Lagoon as we get to the beach. And then there's a stretch of beach of about 3.5 kilometers waiting for you. A few rocks there. You can see oyster catchers on the beach. You can see, in season, you'll see dolphins, and the southern right whales come very close to the coastline, so you can see those from the coast.
Now, Ypie, Bransons, of course, absolutely beautiful, but what can be experienced between here and the city center?
In Belvedere Estate, we've got the Holy Trinity Church there, which is a beautiful sandstone-built church in Norman style, as they did in the 11th and 12th century. Built by Thomas Duthie, who was the owner of Belvedere Estate at the time, and a lot of the ingredients, so to speak, of the church, so the stained glass windows and the roof plates, were actually brought in from England. Belvedere Church is now a national monument. At the time, Belvedere itself provided anchorage for coastal trading vessels, so it was like a port for the Knysna area.
Well, Ypie, of course, Knysna is also synonymous with oysters.
That's right. So from Belvedere Church, we're going to drive along the lagoon. Now, Island was named after the Thyssen family, which was a Norwegian family which were on the way to Australia, actually from Norway. But they got stranded in Cape Town and landed up in Knysna, setting up the timber processing plant on Thyssen Island. That since then has developed into a beautiful residential marina and Thyssen Harbour Town with lots of restaurants and quaint little shops. And the restaurants there serve a beautiful oyster experience as well, where they pair the oysters, either the wild oysters, which can be found all along the coastline, or the cultivated oysters, which were originally cultivated in Knysna, now also in Port Elizabeth and in Saldanha Bay up the west coast, with either some nice wine or some superb food.
Well, Ypie, of course, the Knysna Heads are also world famous, aren't they?
They are. Would you like me to take you there?
Of course, yes, please.
Okay, let's go. And then I'm going to take you down George Rex Drive. And that's the road leading up to the Knysna Heads. And at the top, there's some beautiful viewpoints where you can see Leisure Isle and then Knysna Town with the Outeniqua mountains in the background. Further to your left, you'll see Belvedere, where we were earlier on, where the little church is. And then across the channel, we've got Featherbed Nature Reserve. And if we walk around, we can also see the Indian Ocean again with whales and dolphins in season. I'm going to take you to the Knysna Elephant Park. The Knysna Elephant Park has been in existence for the last 20 odd years. And it's a beautiful experience, depending on what you're looking for, really. The general tour will take you to the elephants, where you get to feed them and you get to be up close and personal with them. You get to walk with them in the field. You can have your pictures taken. Okay, and I think one of the nicest things maybe to do at the Knysna Elephant Park is you can stay over for the night. They do have accommodation at the Knysna Elephant Park where you can sleep with the elephants.
I think that is a wonderful note to end this tour of Knysna on. It really, really is one of my favorite parts of the Western Cape. Thank you for taking us on this tour.
Thank you for being here. And I look forward to welcoming you to Knysna indeed one day.
It is going to happen one day. And of course, until that day, tour guides such as Ypie, who are knowledgeable about every corner of this country, need your help. And of course, up until that one day when we can physically visit the places, we ask that you support and give generously as much as you can towards supporting the tour guides by using the SNAP scan. Please be generous. And I look forward to seeing you one day.